All right. So, takeaways from this game versus Nashville. One, guys, who the hell gives a shit? We lost. It is what it is. See, what we have to do now. We can't get upset when the Rangers lose. We just can't. We have to embrace this. We have to embrace this time. In the beginning of the year, I was pretty forthright in saying, like, you know what, we don't worry about it. It's part of the process. We'll end up having a good year. We got X amount of games left to do this much. There's this many points to be had. At this point, this is what you have to think. This is what you have to think. Would you rather make a push for the playoffs, either miss it by a slim margin, or make the playoffs and just get beat up in the first round? That's option one. Option two would be suck it up, shit the bed this year. You know, trade away guys, Grabner, Nash, trade those guys away, get your futures, your first round picks, prospects, just get that out of the way. And then just get pieces that could help you for the next 10 years and have 10 years of playoff runs. I'm going with option B. I don't mind it. Like, you know what? It sucks. You hate to see your team lose, but we kind of got to embrace this, you know? Like, what's the big deal? I can, not for nothing, I can sit through a year or two, the Rangers just eating ass, and then us having a bunch of good years after that. And this is just part of the process. We have to deal with it. The Rangers never really went through this before. And the fact that we have to go through it now, I mean, is what it is. I mean, we got lucky. We got Henrik Lundqvist, just 7th-round pick, just some random-ass Swedish goaltender. We got him. We got lucky. And we've gotten, over 10 good years out of the guy. But, you know, we've been spoiled. We haven't really had to, you know, have 100 prospects, like have a deep pipeline. We were able to trade those guys away, pick up assets like Yandel, Gabrick. Gabrick was we picked up Gabrick as a free agent, you know, trading for Rick Nash. Just bringing in all those guys that, you know, put us on the long playoff runs and all that good shit. We don't have that anymore. You know, we don't have a deep prospect pool of players that we can trade because this is it. I mean, after Keitel and Anderson, we have a bunch of B prospects. We don't really have a lot of A prospects, you know. So it's worth it just tanking this year. It's not worth getting upset at losses per se. It's not really worth, like, all of us going crazy. Oh, the referees missed this call. We should have scored here. This guy sucks. This guy sucks. You know, it's not worth it this year, you know. Not anymore, at least. If it was Game 5 or Game 6 or even Game 20. I can get mad at this, but we're, what now? Game 47, 52? There's 30 games left. There's a possible 60 points to be had. We could finish the season with 115 points if we go undefeated. That might not even be enough for the President's Trophy. And that's if we win every single game. So at this point, I mean, let's just embrace it. Let's just eat shit the rest of the year. Embrace the rebuild. Even if it's just a 1-year rebuild is worth it. We don't have to rebuild for 3 years, 4 years. 1-year rebuild, it's fine, and it'll suffice. You know, there's a good free agent class coming up. And this is one of the deepest drafts in NHL history coming up, guys. This is like a really big draft coming up. So let's say you trade Nash and Grabner, you pick up 2 first-round picks out of them. That's 3 first-round picks you're going into this draft with. And you're almost guaranteed at this point that if the Rangers continue on this downhill trend, we're almost guaranteed like a top 8 pick. And if we pick within the top 8, you're getting an elite prospect, and then 2 other B+, A- prospects in the first round. And that's not even accounting for your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and if we end up trading for a 7th-round pick too. Or any other prospects, because right now the asking price for Rick Nash is like a first-round pick and either a young roster player or a prospect or something or another. So there's assets to be had. But anyways, that's just my little tangent about getting upset about losing or whatnot. It is what it is, guys. We can't get upset about this anymore. You know, just embrace it for what it is. Just know that this is all going to be worth it by either next year or the year after that. We're gonna see results out of the rebuild. It won't be all for naught. Now I'm not using my OBS software right now, so you guys can't see the screen I'm looking at. You can just see my stupid face. Speaking of which, you guys see my lip? Jesus Christ, I look like a snake, like a serpent snake. I went ahead and I blocked a shot with my friggin' face today at hockey. I was spitting up blood for a good half hour. It's disgusting. But anyways, let's get into the more important thing, the Rangers. 22 shots on goal. We lost 56% of the faceoffs. 2 for 3 on the power play, though. Both of our goals are power play goals and good ones. That Miller redirection was very nice. And that's a advantage at one time was beautiful. Me and my dad were saying, like, while on that power play, we kept passing the puck. We were passing the puck way too much, and we just shoot the damn puck. As if, lo and behold, Zibanejad rips it. And I guess it was then one, then Arvidsson scores like 10 seconds after that. Anyways, penalty minutes. Penalties were a big problem this game. 17 pimps on us. The Predators got 13 penalty minutes. Oh, yeah, because Ryjo got into a fight, I guess. But even so. Here's a fun stat. We had 10 giveaways. Here's a fun stat. Despite having David Desharnais and Matt Zuccarello on the roster, David Desharnais being 5'5", like 160 pounds, Zuccarello 5'7", 170 pounds. Despite having those two players on the roster, the Rangers rank 8th in height and weight on a team, average height and weight. Despite having those two players. So imagine you take those two players off the team and replace them with the normal NHL size, which I believe is 6'1.1". And I think the average weight is like 195, 200. So imagine you replace those two guys with that. The Rangers, I think, would be number 2 in the NHL in height and weight. And we still get pushed around like we're a bunch of fairies. We have so many softies on this team, it's not even funny. Why? My biggest thing with Kevin Hayes is, like, you're 6'5", 230 pounds. Like, people would kill for that size. And I don't think the guy's laid a check in his career. Let's see. Yahoo is usually pretty good at Yahoo. Kevin Hayes. Yahoo's usually pretty good with keeping. Yahoo's pretty good with keeping player stats. Speaking of which, Hayes has 20 points and 11 goals this year. He's fucking terrible this year. In 45 games, he's got 20 points. He's on pace for maybe 40 points if he was an 82-game season. Like if he played the full 82 games. Let's see. For the awning. His first year, 57, 59, 40, and he has 28 this year. He's 6'5" and 217 pounds. Now, just for comparison, pull up Matt Zuccarello. Okay. Zuccarello outscores him by a lot every single year. That much is a given. Zuccarello's stats, 56 hits. He had 8 hits in a 10-game season, 27 in a 15-game season. Then, from here on out, 116, 120, 88, 85, and 44 this year. Can somebody explain to me how the 5'8", 179-pound Norwegian is out hitting a 6'5", 217-pound Kevin Hayes? Can anybody just even try to explain that to me? Even better, I don't know if Desharnais is much of a hitter, but I'm quite curious to see his hitting statistics. Yeah, his hitting statistics are about on par with Hayes, just a little bit less. David Desharnais is listed as 5'7", 180. 180 on... All right, well, Yahoo Sports is not very good with height and weight because Zook's 5'7", like 170. Desharnais is like 5'5.5". So, yeah. Yeah. That's that. We're softies. Embrace it. Ship everything out. I put something on Twitter before. What if the Rangers did something like this? Like, let me pull up the tweet. That way I'm not talking out of my ass. I can just see what I wrote. The fuck is that? Why is that? Okay, I gotta unfollow certain accounts. Anyways, where is it? Okay. So just an idea here. Nash for a first plus a prospect / mid-round pick. That's basically what the asking price is. Now, Grabner for a first plus a late-round pick. Again, just what the asking price is. So you trade Hayes and Brendan Smith to Las Vegas. Las Vegas takes another underperforming player, relatively young, and probably turns him into something that's really damn good. That's just what Vegas has been doing. And Brendan Smith reunites with his brother Riley Smith on a team that has a really cruddy defensive core in terms of veteran defensemen. Jason Garris is making $4.6 million, and he's up and down from the minors. Speeds is hurt. They got a bunch of injuries on defense. Brendan Smith, I think, would flourish in Vegas. Just less pressure. It'd just be so much easier for him. For a first round pick, and a young roster player, say it's Oscar Lindbergh. Then you trade McDonough somewhere for a first-round pick, a top prospect, a young roster player, and another second-round pick or a third-round pick or something like that. Because, again, that's what the asking price is. And where I get that asking price from is the Rangers acquired a year and a half of Keith Yandel. Not even a year and a half, a year and a quarter of Keith Yandel because he played the final 20 games plus the full season after that. Keith Yandel landed a first-round pick, a second-round pick, the Rangers' top prospect, and a 23-year-old defenseman. Former first-round pick defenseman at that, John Moore. So considering McDonough's a lot better than Keith Yandle, my asking price for Ryan McDonough is quite low in comparison to Keith Yandle. Keith Yandle was more so just an offensive defenseman with terrible defensive numbers similar to Kevin Shattenkirk, and was also a lefty on a team that had a lot of lefty defensemen. Ryan McDonough is a complete two-way defenseman, puts up about 40 points a year, and has excellent defensive statistics, and definitely a great defensive output, and also the captain of the Rangers. He has leadership tendencies. So value-wise, I think Ryan McDonough completely outvalues Keith Yandle 10 times out of 10. And considering Ryan McDonough is also only making $4.7 million, is also pretty damn good. That's without any salary retention. So yeah, that's that. Anyways, that's just my takes on this game. Again, guys, I don't think we should worry too much. We shouldn't take losses heavily. We should just take it as it is, year by year. We'll be fine next year, the year after that. We gotta embrace it for a year. You know, that's part of being a sports team. You gotta have a year or two where you just eat ass. And I'd much rather eat ass this year, maybe even next year, than for the next 5 to 10 years because we have a shitty prospect pool. So that's my thoughts. You guys comment down below yours, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.